Okay, hello. I would say everybody, but this is my first YouTube video, so hello to you, Mom. Hi, Grandma Judy. Shout out. First, I'm going to introduce myself. For anyone who's not my mom or my Grandma Judy, hi, hello, how are you? My name is Haley. I am a ripe old 24, but sometimes I act like I'm 75. I'm a makeup lover, not a makeup artist by any means. I just like to have a good time. That's who I am. I posted on my Facebook that I wanted to start a YouTube video or like a YouTube channel sort of thing. I'm doing that, and I like to collect like makeup items and eyeshadow palettes and stuff like that. So I thought I would do a little review on a product that I recently got. We're gonna be doing it on this guy right here. So if you're familiar with the makeup world, you may have seen this. This is the ElfXJkissa palette. Jkissa is a makeup YouTuber. She has a lot of subscribers. I'm not sure how many, but she's awesome. Obviously, if you're coming across this video, you probably know who she is if you're making it around to my dinky ass. She plays with a lot of color on her channel, and she does a lot of rainbow looks, and she's just really, really cool. So I wanted to do a review on her palette because I'm a big fan. So I'm gonna get right into this, I say, after rambling for 15 minutes. The first thing that you can probably notice about this is the outside. So talking about the packaging, when you get it, it just comes completely white with just the words ElfXJkissa, and then it says To The Rescue on the bottom, which is the name of the palette, the To The Rescue palette. Instead of getting a basic clear sheet to protect the eyeshadows from the mirror, or protect the mirror from the eyeshadows rather, you get this sticker sheet so you can decorate it with pictures of her cute dogs, her little stickers that are her dogs. I think their names are Suki and Zuma. I'm not sure which is which. On mine, I have Rowan, I have my own name, I have Max, Cece, and then I wrote Fina instead of Diafina. Those are all of my fur babies, so I put that on there, and you can see there's some bones, some hearts, some paw prints. So I thought that that was really creative on her part and really just a cute touch. So now this is like personalized, and this looks so cute, and it's gonna stay in my collection forever because of this. So let's open up the inside. You can see my window in the mirror. It's a rainbow palette, and it's got, God, I have to count. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18 shades. That's so good. I couldn't multiply that because I'm hashtag a dumb bitch and bad at math. Wasn't gonna multiply, just gonna count with my fingers. Shout out to anybody else who does that. Good for you. So I'll start with the shades that I've got in my eyes today. In the upper crease, I have the yellow shade Yosemite, and then in the lower crease, I have the green shade called Peaky. On the outer corner, I have the deep blue shade called Thatcher. On the lid, I have the gold shimmer Firefly and the purple shimmer Confetti. And then on the bottom lash line here, I have the darkest green called Tank, and then the green shimmer called Reagan right here. And then I also put a little highlight on the inner corner, but that is from something separate because I will say there is no highlight shade in this palette. So just starting off like aesthetically, I think this is beautiful. It is a rainbow palette, and we've all seen a rainbow palette before, but I really like the way that she did this. I think this is very smart, going in rows. You have each color of the rainbow, and then you have 2 rows of mattes that are one lighter and one deeper, and then a row of shimmers or metallics. And I think that that's really, really smart. I think that it shows she put a lot of time and effort into this and makes it a really usable palette. Because if you are someone that uses colorful eyeshadows, I think that makes this a great go-to. You don't have to think a lot about pairing the colors together. You can just kind of put them together by the order of the rainbow. I'm brilliant. I have brilliant thoughts. This is why I should have a YouTube channel, because I'm saying really unique things. And this is also something that benefits, I think it's called Angel City Pits, up to $25,000 if you use the hashtag eyes, lips, face, paws. And I actually made a hashtag. Am I 85? I made a hashtag. I made a post with the hashtag with my kitten Rowan, who is the best. He is the cutest. And if you think that you have the cutest cat and you're gonna come to me and say that, how dare you, number one. Hi Mom, it's me. So you'll probably notice that I'm in a completely different makeup look and outfit and get up than I was yesterday. Still wearing my sweatpants though. Apparently the wonderful editor of this video, Miss Kayla Troiani, I did not send all of the review to her. I only sent the first half, so I'm gonna try and get this all done in one go and get my review going. So we got this bad boy right here. She's beautiful, she's cute, we love her. Oh God, oh God. Where's my double chin? See my double chin? Yeah. So this first row, I'm actually glad that I messed up and made the mistake that I did so I could come back here today because I have some more thoughts. As you can see, I used all the reds and oranges and yellows on my eyes today. So let's start off with the shade Casey. This shade is fine. It's all right. I remember a little bit of patchiness using it, but I really want to talk about the oranges. Millie and Zuma. These are not very pigmented oranges. I was very disappointed. I don't know. I feel like orange shadows usually like you can find a pigmented orange pretty easily, but I had to do like 3 or 4 layers to get these shadows to build up. And I would say that overall, I'd say this is a buildable formula. So if you're just starting out and you don't want to go in with like wow boom pigment and you would rather build up, then that could maybe be a good thing. I felt like it took a really long time to get this shade here and the shade below it to build up. And the next shade in this top row is Yosemite. I really liked this yellow. I really liked the shade Yosemite. I feel like it's a very pigmented yellow. It's probably the shade I've used the most in the palette. And then you have the last 3 shades, Peaky, Cannoli, and Sadie. I remember thinking that Sadie was a really good purple. Purple shadows, if you're not aware, according to a lot of people that I've heard, are harder to make and manufacture. I felt like Sadie was actually a pretty good purple. And Peaky and Cannoli, I did like Peaky and Cannoli. I really like the tone of this blue. Cannoli is the blue, so I'll probably have fun playing with that shadow. So next down, you have the row of deeper colors. So these are some deepening shades. I do like how she laid that out. I already talked about how I felt with the oranges. Not a big fan of the oranges. Pepper was same as the other red. She all right. Nothing to write home about. But this shade here, Paloma, I really like the tone of this. I mentioned in the footage that I lost, shout out to me. As you can tell by the green hair, I'm a big fan of grungy, dingy colors. So this shade here, really, really good for that. And then you have Tank, Thatcher, and Pretty Girl. I don't have as many thoughts about Tank. I honestly haven't used that shade as much, but it's a really dark, like evergreen. Oh God. Look at my face. I actually do really like this blue shade Thatcher. I think it's a really pretty tone and I haven't played with it as much, but I didn't have any trouble with it when I did play with it. I did play with the shade Pretty Girl also, which is the deeper purple. I found that that one was really hard to work with. It was really patchy. It was just not a good time. So the reason that I don't like this palette as much as I thought I was going to is because I don't care for these metallics. One thing I want to point out is on this shade right here, Suki, this orange shade. It's actually what I've got on my lid today. A couple of things about it. It doesn't come off very orange. It actually comes off like more champagne-y almost. So it doesn't really stay true to color, but also if you can see, it's got what we call hard pan. If you're not familiar with what hard pan is, oh, my dog is barking. Oh shit, I just yeeted my flavored water across the floor. What we call hard pan on it, and hard pan is like kind of a layer where the shadow like sort of builds up like that, and it's kind of indicative of not the best quality shimmer eyeshadow. So that's something that I noticed. Also, my dogs are fighting. That's great. But these shimmers, they're like, you have to build them up a lot to get like the opacity that I have here. The one shade has hard pan. They don't swatch the best, and they're just, I think a lot of people, you really want like a pigmented shimmer, you want a really foiled metallic shimmer. And that's just not what these are. You can get, like you can see here, like there's a good bit of sparkle, but like I said, this is like after 3 or 4 layers of this. I have tried using a brush. I've tried wetting the brush. I've also used my finger, which is my preferred method with metallic. Apply on my lid with my index finger, and none of it really made a difference. I'm not the biggest fan of wetting metallics with setting spray. Like you can wet your brush with a setting spray or some water to make the metallics more pigmented. That's what a lot of people say, but I don't really think it makes a huge difference. I think it just makes the eyeshadows kind of wet and chunky. That's my thoughts on the palette. I'll come back and wrap it up. I also wanted to mention that I got these, which is the ElfXJkissa X Elf brush set. It comes with 6 brushes. I think this is a great starter brush set. I really like the shapes that she picked. You have 2 different types of blending brushes here. You have a big fluffy crease brush and then like more of a, I guess you could use it for a little bit more like deepening detailing. You have 2 liner brushes. Personally, I use this one for eyebrows. I use angled brushes for my eyebrows. You have a brush, excuse me, that you can use to pack on metallic shades, and then you have like a detailer pencil brush. Or you could kind of consider it a small fluffy brush. I like the shape of these a lot. I think it's a good starter kit. It gives you a lot of options to do a complete eye look. Like, how pretty are these? Jkissa's aesthetic is just so great. Like, these are gorgeous. You can see the blue green on the handle. I don't love the feeling of these. They are synthetic and vegan and cruelty free. This whole collection is vegan and cruelty free, which is really great. They feel like fine. Like, you can tell that they're like a cheaper brush. They don't feel like the most soft, the most luxurious. But I believe I paid $25 for these, so they're not that expensive, and I really like the shapes that she picked out. I don't regret picking these up. I'll continue to use them. There's some things that maybe I didn't mention because it's in the footage that I lost. Heck yeah. So I'm gonna mention it now. Pros in this palette's corner are, I love the packaging. Again, we can take a look. I love that you can personalize it. It's all from a sticker sheet that you can personalize this with. I like the colors. I know that it's just a basic rainbow palette, but I do like how she chose to lay it out from light to deep and then a row of shimmers. I do like that choice. I love the fact that this benefits Angel City Pits, which is a pit bull rescue, so that's really cool. I love that it's vegan and cruelty free, and I love that it's Jkissa. I think that she's a really lovely person. She's a great creator. I love all of that stuff. The actual quality of the eyeshadows, although you can make really pretty looks with it, it's kind of a 50-50 palette for me. And it's a $20 palette, so that's not dirt cheap, but it's not super expensive. But I wouldn't say it performs like a luxury palette. Like, you can tell that these are cheaper eyeshadows. And if you don't mind working with them, like say you don't mind layering up your metallics, you don't mind working a little harder to blend some shades, then maybe that's not a bad thing. I am gonna keep it in my collection because I was able to personalize it. It's my only like true rainbow palette. I have a lot of colorful palettes, but this is the only one that is like in rainbow order. Also, you could see from me like flailing around that it has a really nice mirror in it. So if you wanted to travel with it, which who's traveling right now, but if you wanted to travel with it, you definitely could. I don't know if all my thoughts came off coherently between you and me and my mom, but hopefully Kayla is able to make something salvageable out of all of this, and we will all experience this palette review together. I would love it if you guys would become my first few subscribers. If you happen across this video, hit the like button. Don't dislike it or I will cry, and don't bully me in the comments because that will hurt my feelings. And I don't want that. So thanks for being here, Mom. Bye. This is going well. That's the dealio. Also, since I believe in being raw, real, and organic, you can only see me from here up, and I get what YouTubers are talking about because look, sweatpants. You can also see my office behind me, which I think is a pretty cool deal. But she talks a lot. Oh my God, nasty. Oh good. Cece, my dog's making a bed. She's making a bed and you can hear scratching sounds. Kayla, we're gonna wait this out together.